Okay, good morning students. Today we are going to study the chapter 1, integers. And we have already studied what are natural numbers. Natural numbers are the numbers starting from 1, 2, 3, etc. And you have already studied what are whole numbers. Whole numbers are the numbers starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. And what are integers? Integers are the numbers starting from negative, that is negative 3, negative 2, 0, 1, negative 1, 1, 2, etc. That means integers are the numbers containing of positive numbers, negative numbers and 0. Okay, that we have already studied. Today we are going to study the topic properties. Okay, that is we are studying properties of addition, properties of addition and subtraction of integers. Subtraction of integers. Okay, the first property is closure under addition. Closure under addition. What's the meaning of closure under addition? That means when we are adding two integers, we can take any two integers, that is negative 10 plus 3. The answer is negative 7. So when we are adding two integers and we are getting the answer an integer, so we can say that integers are closed under addition. See, for example, we can take 7 plus 2. What is the answer? 9. 9 is an integer. So 0 plus 0. The answer is 0. That is, when adding two integers, we are getting an answer integer. So we can say that integers are closed under addition. Okay, this is the first property. Now the second property is closure under subtraction. Closure under subtraction. That means when we are subtracting two integers, we should get the answer an integer. That is 9 minus 3. What is the answer? 6. This is 9 is an integer, 3 is an integer, 6 is an integer. So we can say that when we are subtracting two integers, we are getting the answer as an integer. So we say that integers are closed under subtraction. Or we can take negative 7 minus negative 3. Answer is negative 7. And this negative into negative, that become positive. That is negative 7 plus 3 is negative 4. Negative 4 is an integer. So we can say that integers are closed under subtraction. Now the third property, it is commutative property. That is commutative property means a plus b can be written as b plus a. We can take example. Let a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 3. That is a plus b is equal to 1 plus 3. The answer is 4. b plus a is equal to 3 plus 1. The answer is 4. So we can say when we are adding two integers, a and b, that is a plus b, then we are getting in the answer this is equal to b plus a. So we can say that integers are commutative. Okay, that is for commutative property. We can say that a plus b is equal to b plus a. Okay, now we can look for subtraction. That is a minus b is equal to b minus a. We are just checking. I am taking a as 3 and b as 1. Okay, then what is a minus b? That is 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2, and here I am taking b minus a, that is 1 minus 3. The answer is negative 2. That means a minus b is not equal to b minus a. We can say that commutativity hold only for addition, that is a plus b is equal to b plus a. A minus b is not equal to b minus a. So what we can say? Commutativity property hold for addition, that is a plus b is equal to b plus a. Okay. Now the fourth property is associative property. That is a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. This is a fourth property, associative property. I will write the example here. See, example. Let a is equal to 5, b is equal to 2, c is equal to 3. So, a plus b plus c is equal to 5 plus 2 plus 3. And we have studied the BODMAS rule. According to that, first we have to solve the numbers inside the bracket. That is 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. Now we are checking with this one, a plus b plus c. That is a plus b plus c is equal to 5 plus 2 plus 3. So we have to solve the numbers inside the bracket first. That is 7 plus 3. That is 10. So we can say that a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. Okay. And one more property is there. The fifth property, that is additive identity. The fifth property is additive identity. That is, if I am taking any integer, I am taking 7, and I should add something to 7 to get the answer 7. So when I am adding 0 to 7, I can get the answer 7. So we can say that additive identity is 0. That is, we can take any number, for example, minus 68. Minus 60, that is negative 68 plus 0. The answer is negative 68. So we can say that additive identity. That means we are adding 0 to that number and we are getting the same number. So we can say that additive identity is 0. These are the 5 properties we have studied. Now we can do some problems. Okay. First one is, write down a pair of integers whose, we have to write down a pair of integers whose the first one is sum is negative 3. That means 2 integers. Pair of integers means we have to find 2 integers whose sum, that is I am taking any number. Sum means plus. Again one number. Then I have to get the answer negative 3. So I should take 2 numbers. When I am adding, I should get the answer negative 3. So we can take negative 1, negative 2. So when we are adding negative 1 and negative 2, we are getting the answer negative 3. Okay, next one. See, if I am taking negative 5 and positive 2. Negative 5 plus 2. The answer is negative 3. So we can take the pairs as minus negative 1, negative 2, and the next pair is negative 5, negative 5 and positive 2. And we can do next question. The difference is negative 5. That means any number minus any number, we have to get the answer negative 5. So let me take negative 9. Negative 9 minus negative 4. What is the answer? Negative 5. Okay, is that clear? This we have already done. Okay, now write one more question. Write the pair of integers whose sum is negative 7. So we have to find out pairs of integers whose sum is negative 7. So which are the numbers we have to take? What we have to do? We have to take a number, we have to take an integer, then we have to add with another integer, and we have to get the answer negative 7. The answer is negative 7. So I have to take a negative number. So we have to take a negative number which is bigger than 7. So let me take 9. So negative 2 plus positive 2 gives negative 7. Or we can take a bigger number than 7, 8. Negative 8 plus 1. The answer is negative 7. Okay. Now the second question. B is the difference is negative 10. That means one integer. Difference means you have to subtract. That means difference means minus or subtract. That is this number minus another number gives answer negative 10. So the answer is negative 10. So I am taking negative 20. Negative 20 and negative 10. That is negative 10. This one becomes positive. That is negative 10 plus 10 is equal to negative 10. Okay, is that clear? Thank you.